The road into Seattle is quiet this morning. Autumn light filters through the mist, painting the trees in shades of amber and gold. Behind the wheel, a woman's hands tremble. Worn hands that once held babies, lovers, and farewells. On the seat beside her, wrapped in a green shawl, rests a diary with a blue cover. For Maggie Thompson. This diary has been a witness to every joy, every wound, every love she dared, and every love she lost. Today, Maggie arrives at Evergreen Village, not to end her story, but to begin another. Evergreen Village is part hospital, part sanctuary, part waiting room for memories too heavy to carry alone. Inside the lobby, the scent of flowers, and books mixes with the sound of laughter, carried down the hall. Her room is small but warm. A single bed, a desk by the window, and a clock ticking as if measuring grief. Maggie places a photograph on the table, her late husband Thomas, dignified even in silence. Next to it, she lays down the blue diary, her most fragile possession. In the hallway, a voice interrupts Maggie's solitude. Rosa Delgado, a retired nurse-turned-resident, offers her tea. Rosa's eyes are kind, but in their depth lives a shadow, a guilt she has carried for decades. That afternoon, Maggie steps into the gardens. There, sitting under the shade of an old tree, is Edward Carter, a retired literature professor. A book of poems lies open on his lap. He looks up, and for the first time in months, Maggie smiles, not because she feels joy, but because someone has reminded her it still exists. Evening comes with words. The reading club gathers in a circle, voices trembling, laughing, remembering. Edward reads Dickinson. Maggie listens. Rosa nudges her to join. In that circle of strangers, she feels less alone, for the first time since Thomas's passing. Later that night, Maggie calls her granddaughter, Lily. On the small screen, Lily's dormitory glows with youth and future. Maggie hides her tears, but Lily sees through them. Grandma, you're not moving away from us. You're arriving at something new. In the garden, an old veteran watches the flag rise with the morning wind. James Miller. His eyes hold wars that never ended, loves never spoken. He mistakes Edward for someone long gone, whispering a name that chills the air. Nights at Evergreen are quiet, except for footsteps of restless souls. Maggie walks the dimly lit corridor, diary pressed to her chest. Rosa notices, but says nothing. She knows some books are too heavy to keep closed forever. In the lounge, Edward reads alone. Maggie sits across him, silence thicker than words. She asks if naming things makes them lighter. Edward replies, "At 19, choices make us. At 72, we try to make peace with them." Alone again in her room, Maggie unlocks the diary. Pages worn by tears, ink fading but still alive. A photograph slips out. In it, a young Maggie and a man whose smile once lit her world. Derek. Maggie's breath falters. She whispers his name, as if the walls might answer, Derek. Outside, the wind shakes the evergreens, carrying whispers too old to forget. Some roads don't lead you home. They bring home to you.